It's the first day of Alton Towers Scarefest 2024 and you're watching Theme Park Worldwide, where it's great to have Scarefest back here at the resort.
I am so excited that Scarefest is back. We've got pumpkins, we've got hay bales, we've got so much going on, and I'm so happy it's back.
The decor looks amazing down here on Tower Street. There's also a new hearse for this year, Spooky 2. So before we get into the rest of the vlog, we'll have a look at the decor here on Tower Street. And then of course, there's so much else coming up, isn't there?
There is so much. So we have got shows on the lawn. So we have got Patch's Trick or Treat Party, but I believe we've got 2 new characters in that show this year, which I'm really pleased about. We have got Phil's DJ Party. We've also got Simbin returning, which I love, and of course the Alton Ancestors.
Just seeing a few of the ancestors walking about on Tower Street, so we're going to start off by seeing some of the family entertainment, and then later on I'll be experiencing the scare mazes. Won't be able to film inside them, unfortunately. Alton Towers don't allow it, and they're not doing any events or anything to film inside, unlike Thorpe Park, which is a shame. Would have been good to have took you all inside, but still I'll give you an in-depth review about all the different scare mazes, including the 2 new attractions for this year. You've got Compound, which is based on the Nemesis story, down by Forbidden Valley, and along with that, Amigos in the Afterlife, which is located down by the Wall of David Williams. And Scarefest is now running every day through until the 3rd of November this year. Feels weird saying that because normally you have the opening weekend for Scarefest and then of course you have some days where it's not on in the week. But this year it's all the way through now, every day until the 3rd. And of course the park's open some nights until 8 o'clock on the off-peak nights, and then you've got the 9 o'clock closes on the busier days. So good hours really.
It is. I can understand the 8 o'clocks because it's not school holidays yet. I can't see it being like mega busy in the week, so I do understand.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I don't mind that too much. But of course on the busy days still kept the 9 o'clock close. The setup looks really nice though, all the pumpkins, hay bales down here, and there's a look at Spooky 2, the new hearse. Yeah, let's go and take a close-up look at it, the smoke coming through it and everything. We've been looking forward to seeing what the frogs were going to be dressed up like for Scarefest, because all throughout the year for the different events they've dressed them as different things, and we've got spooky frog witches for Halloween this year.
Brilliant. They've all got little Alton Towers name badges on. How cute.
Love the pumpkin lights up there too, they look fantastic. And here it is, we've got a hearse again on Tower Street. This has been like a Scarefest tradition ever since the start, and in fact the original hearse was here before Scarefest, back when the event used to be spooktacular when I was growing up. So yeah, the hearse had a lot of history, and then of course it got damaged, you know, so it was time for a new one. Last year there was no hearse, and then now we've got the Spooky 2 just here, which I've got to say looks absolutely fantastic. So it's brand new, it's got Scarefest there on the side, you got smoke coming out of it, you got the characters on there, including the 2 new characters as well, which look fantastic. They have done a great job. Even the lights on the front look, the like eyes and the light up red, looks amazing, doesn't it?
Oh, I love that. Like, this is a Scarefest classic and we've missed it not being here, so the fact that it has come back brand new with the new characters on, it looks excellent.
Iconic for the event, and yeah, the rest of the decor on Tower Street's looking good. I still miss the pumpkin men, if you remember them, when they were like hanging in the trees and stuff, but still it's looking nice and full here on Tower Street. And the big Scarefest sign is up again here at the bottom of Tower Street as well, which is an awesome photo opportunity. And of course it's all lit up at night as well, which is fantastic. Here we go, we're going to start off by seeing the Alton Ancestors 2024, let's go.
I hope they play Hot to Go.
Babes, it's literally Alton Ancestors.
just see some highlights there from the Alton Ancestors 2024. Great to have them back again on Tower Street for this year. Always looks the part, fits with the spooky vibes of Alton Towers.
One thing I did like this year, they had some really bouncy music in there. Like the start of it was excellent. The music in there was great.
There was quite a lot of new songs in there, which was awesome, especially towards the end as well. There's some really nice mixes, some proper good dance tunes. You had the middle section that's been the same for quite a few years now. Would have liked to have seen that changed, but still they are a classic, the Alton Ancestors, and we're going to see them later on because they go onto the main stage, all of them together, don't they?
It's always great when they do go on the main stage because you've got the full cast and it just looks like a really good spectacle, so we'll go and check that out later on the lawn.
On a morning on Tower Street, you've got like 2 casts and they rotate round, so you haven't got as many of them out in one go, so it's always good to see it on the main stage. Right then, of course, we've got lots of different attractions to experience today and share our reviews of. All of the Scarefest attractions, other than the one scare zone and the entertainment on the stage, are up charges. There's all sorts of different packages that you can do this year for the frights and spooks, and there's a combo that you get them both, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. And we're going to be starting off with the 2 family attractions. You've got Trick or Treat Town that's returning for this year, and also Amigos in the Afterlife. And then, of course, later on, you've got the 4 scare mazes that we're going to be experiencing, including the new maze for this year, which is Compound. So there's actually 6 attractions this year. There's a lot to get in, isn't there?
There is a lot to get in, like especially when they're all spread out across the park. It's very, like you've got a lot to fit in within a short time frame.
So we're going to start off with a new attraction for this year for families. It's aimed for those 6+. It's Amigos in the Afterlife. Now, both the family attractions are located right next door to the world of David Walliams. Look at the big eyes just up there watching us in the trees. So yeah, Trick or Treat Town's on the left-hand side of the building, and Amigos in the Afterlife has taken over the space that was the Alton Towers dungeon. So I'm really intrigued to see what the theming is going to be like in here. Shame we can't film inside. Obviously, Thought Park run a press event, and it means that we can take you inside and show you what it's like. And then obviously you're going to be more inclined to go and experience it for yourself. Alton Towers don't do that, unfortunately, but we will share our review when we come out. And just before we head inside and experience this new attraction, here's a look at the exterior here. So you have got the flame torches on there that were existing before from the dungeon, Land of the Dead. And we're making our way inside. So yeah, won't be able to film past this point, but we'll share our review when we come out. So we've just come out of Amigos in the Afterlife, the new family attraction for this year at Alton Towers Scarefest. Of course, before we get into our review, it is aimed at the little ones. So obviously, you know, we're not like the target audience for this, but still we'll share our thoughts on the attraction.
I think what they've done in there in some scenes was really good. Some of the themings was really good. One thing that I did really like, we was going down one of the corridors and one of the actors had like a skeleton attached to them, and because it was dark, it's like the skeleton was walking towards you. I thought that was a really nice effect.
Yeah, there was a few puppets in there. A lot of the sets were UV. Some of it did look quite cheap and tacky, but then other bits of it looked pretty decent. In terms of the length of the attraction, that's something I was very impressed with. It was about 20 minutes. There was a lot of actors in there, a lot of interaction. It ran more like a setup. If you've been to Shrek's Adventure down in London, it was very similar to that in terms of going through different scenes, actors interacting with you instead of it just walking through and a few little jumps happening. There was no real jumps at all. It was very interactive. It was very hands-on. Good for the kids though to get involved in. As an adult, obviously it's not aimed at us. I wouldn't recommend it for adults unless you're going through with kids. But still, you know, some of the theming in there was pretty good. The storyline wasn't the clearest to understand, was it?
What was going on, like the storyline that was going ahead, it was just like a bit of a mix match in there, so I don't actually understand what the story was supposed to be.
I think for kids it might be a little bit hard to follow, but it was colourful, it was good fun. The theming was quite cheap in there. I'd say, you know, compared to Trick or Treat Town next door, it's definitely the weakest of the two. But still, it was nice to see something a little bit different. But I certainly wouldn't rush in there again. Like I say, it's aimed for the little ones, definitely that one. Right then, so next door we've got the other family attraction, which is back for this year, Trick or Treat Town with Haribo. I do really like this, all the theming in there certainly looks the part. See if there's any changes in there for this year. Again, we're not going to be able to film inside, but we'll let you know our thoughts when we come out. 20 days till Halloween. I do like that sign that they have out the front, and yeah, having the orange lights in the trees is pretty good, and them big eyes up there watching this year. A few new additions. And before we head inside, look at the exterior, and we've both got bags this year.
Brilliant, fill them right to the top.
Because it's changed. Normally, last year and the year before, you paid per bag, didn't you, with these?
So what it would be is you'd pay for a child and then 2 adults would come for free, whereas now everyone has got to pay to come inside.
Yeah, so there you go, a bit of a change this year, but obviously it depends on the combis and things that you buy. Check out the official website for all of them details.
Welcome to Trick or Treat Town! Now, before we get going, here are a few helpful tips and tricks. Tricks! It's important I tell you that every day here is Halloween.
Right then, so before we get into our review, we've just come out of Trick or Treat Town. We've got quite a lot of sweets in our bags just here.
Look at all of these, they're absolutely full. There's so much in there.
Definitely the most sweets that we've ever had going through there. So it's about a 15-minute attraction, and again it's interactive, but when you're going through there, there's some amazing theming, like actually walking through a street, all these big tall set pieces. It's great, isn't it?
I love it in there, like it is so cute. I love getting all the sweets. I just really wish you could take photos and videos in there because it is beautiful inside.
I mean, that's the thing, a lot of the things look like they were designed as photo opportunities, but they're not. Like there's some big Halloween signs and buildings and everything.
Lovely.
All the spooky lamps, there's a bridge, there's some water effects. There was a couple of new scenes in there this year. I spotted a couple of old jewel bits of theming in there, which is quite cool. But you know what, out of the two family attractions, that is by far the best, isn't it?
Completely agree. It's just so much fun, and I'm so happy that we got so many sweets.
Yeah, there we go. Nice bag of sweeties. Lovely. But no, I definitely recommend that. I know it's been here for quite a few years now, but still they've freshened it up a little bit, and it really fits with the Halloween theme.
Nice.
I'm just not too sure if the Dia de los Muertos theme worked at Alton Towers with Amigos in the Afterlife, whereas with that, it's like a Halloween fun street, and yeah, it was great. Really enjoyed it. Well, I'll tell you what though, it's a beautiful day for the first day of Scarefest 2024. Sun's shining, it might be a little bit chilly, but it's lovely. I'd much rather have this than a rainy day. Right then, time to experience our first thrilling maze of the day, and this is the Attic Terror of the Towers. It's back again. We all thought that the Attic was going to go for this year and be replaced with something new. Hopefully this is the final year of it, because it's a great attraction. It's really well themed. Of course, it's located upstairs in the actual tower's ruins as well, which is really nice. Any opportunity to get back in the towers is wonderful, but you know what, it's certainly had its day this now. A new attraction is needed, but still interested to see if they've made any little tweaks for this year. They certainly may have done, and obviously Charlotte won't be coming in the scare maze at the moment with the back issues, but I will share my thoughts on the experience. So yeah, it's the Attic Terror of the Towers. I'll see you when I come out. The first of 4 thrilling mazes. I'm very excited for Compound later. Been hearing some good things from a few friends that have done it so far. So just come out of the attic, didn't have to wait at all, walked straight in. I had quite a small group as well, which certainly adds to it in scare attractions. When there's only a few of you, you do get the better scares. The attic is a beautifully themed scare maze. There's so much going on in there as you're going through all these different scenes, literally like you're in an attic. You've got the creaking floorboards, you've got like the apex roofs, and there's so much going on in there with all the set design, which is stunning. It's very creepy. You got all the dolls, then you make your way into a fireplace where it's burning hot in there, and you got like the demon in the fireplace. So much going on, lots of actors in there, and some really good scares. I felt like that run through the attic was better than the run through I had last year. The only issue is it's the 6th year of it, and when you're paying for these attractions, 6 years of paying for the exact same thing, scare maze wise, isn't the best. You know, it really did need to go that and be replaced with something equally as good, because it's a great attraction, but it certainly was time for it to go. So overall, the cast were doing a really good job in there. If you've never done it before, I definitely recommend it, but of course, if you've done it before, you know, maybe you've done it 6 years like I have, it does become very repetitive. You know the layouts, you know where the scares are. I do wish they changed stuff up a little bit, but yeah, it was exactly the same as last year, going through the attic just there. Only a few tweaks have ever been made in the 6-year history of that scare maze here at Alton Towers. But yeah, it was good to get back through there, but yeah, it has come to the end of its life, that one. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm glad they brought this effect back. It is going to look really good tonight. We've got like a smoke tube just down there around the towers, and obviously with the lighting and all the smoke, that will look fantastic in the dark later. I wonder what colour the towers are going to be for Scarefest this year. Normally go with like a purple or a green or something like that, so it'd be interesting to see if it's the same or it's going to be different. Are the lights on yet down there or not? Can we tell? Ah, there we go, purple and green. Oh, we've got a few spotlights just over there too. Oh, that's interesting. Anybody else missed the little singing band that they used to have in the window up there? That was really nice. Had that for a few years, just like a projection. That certainly looked the part. Yeah, we've got a few spotlights down here. See what that's like tonight. Well, it's still here at Scarefest. It first launched back in 2016, making it the 9th appearance at the event in a row. It's Altonville Mine Tours. Last year, though, it did have quite a refresh with Tiny's Revenge, a bit of an update to the story, some new scenes and theming in there. I do love this maze. Like, the theming in there is excellent. I don't think Alton Towers have built anything quite this well themed, scare maze-wise, since 2016, you know, when this was put in. So I'm excited to see if they've done any more changes for this year. Probably not, because obviously a lot of it was redone for last year. But let's go and see Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Revenge. And that is the biggest thing for me, like the great mazes. It's like the attic is fantastic. Altonville Mine Tours is brilliant. But when you've just had them for so many years in a row, like Scarefest attractions only used to last maybe 3-4 years at a push, and then we'd have something new. And I think when you're paying for them each and every year, you know, it just becomes really repetitive, doesn't it? So let's go and see what this is like. I'm sure it'll be just as well themed and beautiful set design as always, but yeah, just gonna be the same thing again. Closed by order of the sheriff. What's nice is they actually use this tunnel, another original part of the towers. It's part of the queue line, and yeah, they added quite a lot of new theming outside here last year for the Tiny's Revenge upgrade. And it definitely was an upgrade. I mean, I've always loved this maze. Altonville Mine Tours. Just a shame we can't film inside and show you, even if we could just show you a snippet, you know, it'd be great. Still, straight in by the looks of it. Busy's busy in the toilet. Right, see you afterwards. The set design is fantastic in there. The scares are always really good because of how compact a lot of the scenes are. And what I love with that is just how claustrophobic it feels walking through. You've got walls like that are really close. It really does feel like you're going down through the mines. Something that I've always loved. 9 years of that attraction here at Alton Towers. I have always loved it since the start. It's been my favourite actually, probably my favourite ever scare maze in the history of the park. But you know what? It does feel like it's done its time now. 9 years. I don't think any paid scare attraction should be at an event for that long. You know, it is a shame that again we've got the attic and Altonville Mine Tours back. Well, there's some good effects and stuff in there. You're going through, you've got the chainsaw at the end now, you've got some really close scares, but you can certainly tell it was lacking actors a little bit in there. We do know from looking at the Alton Towers jobs page and stuff that they've been trying the best to recruit as many scare actors as they can, but it looks like they've been struggling to get a lot of performers this year. And that's the thing, there's a lot of scare events out there now, isn't there? And there's not loads and loads of scare actors, so it's one of them. I don't feel like some of the acting quality was the best in there. But still the team that were there were trying the best to deliver the scares. I've certainly had a lot better runs through Altonville Mine Tours in the past. Beautiful attraction though, the theme in, the music, the smells in there, and like I say, it feels so claustrophobic as you're going through, but it's just had its time now, hasn't it? 9 years. And of course, building up to the big new scare attraction for this year, Compound, all themed around Nemesis and the Phalanx. So excited for it, and my review is going to be coming up shortly. Not really heard much other than good things, so I'm really excited to see what Compound is going to be like. But first, time for something not quite as spectacular. It is, of course, Daz Games Panic. It's back for a second year at Scarefest, and I'm really hoping that they've added some more theming in here. Really, I don't class this as a scare maze. It's more of a game / walkthrough, of course, that you're taking part in here, not a traditional scare maze. But this year is Panic Reloaded, so fingers crossed we're going to see some more theming in here. It was very cheaply done on the inside, you know, it's just a lot of black walls and like Harris fencing and stuff. I'm just hoping it's a lot better. Luckily, the exterior does look a little bit tidier than last year, because if you remember, they had like loads of graffiti and like these mannequins and stuff out the side. It did look really cheap. They haven't brought them back this year, so hopefully that's a good sign. I mean, we've got some new visuals on the side and stuff, and yeah, just the overall presentation out here does look a lot better than last year. So I'll see what it's like. Daz Games Panic. Right then, so just come out of Daz Games Panic Reloaded. Before I talk about my thoughts and share the full review, just wanted to explain what happens in there, because it's not like a traditional scare maze at all. It's like this game that you're playing in there. You start off by being given a wristband, you then got 2 different symbols that you've got to try and find within the space of 6 minutes in the attraction, and everyone gets different symbols. You then tap as you're going through, and then once you've found your symbols, you just get out basically and then find yourself on the leaderboard. But it's one of them for me. If you find your symbols in the first like minutes, you're out, and that's the end of your experience. Yeah, so you've got the pre-show, which isn't quite as long-winded as last year. Basically, Daz is on the screen, and he says that there's a virus, basically, that's broke out, and then you've got to try and, you know, escape from the virus and protect yourselves, basically. So I liked how the pre-show wasn't quite as long-winded as last time, but then into the attraction itself, it was just very poor theming once again. I mean, can we even call it theming? It's literally Harris fencing, black walls, and this time I had more of a look round. Obviously I only did it once last year with it being a really weak attraction, so I went in there today and thought I'm going to spend the full 6 minutes looking round and just really seeing what this attraction's like, and the theming in there is very poor. You can't even call it theming. It's trusses, it's got some lighting on, some smoke in there, and then it's literally this big like free throw thing. You've got like 30 odd people, maybe more than that, just walking round, actors just coming at you from these different angles and trying to deliver some good scares, but it just doesn't work because, you know, you're bumping into other groups and it's not like one flowing round. It's like this big maze where everyone's just out running at each other, and what I noticed this time was that going through there was like all the vinyls in the corporate hospitality suite. You can see like the Alton Towers vinyls on the wall that hadn't been covered, so you had like the Alton Towers logo on there, the mine train and stuff, which took away from it. It's very weak. I don't like it at all. I don't think it fits with Scarefest. Don't get me wrong, the technology behind it is pretty cool, but it just doesn't work as a scare maze, a scare attraction. At Alton Towers it really doesn't. You've got all these amazing themes they could go for. I just don't think it works at all. That'd have been much better doing a Daz Games attraction for the summer in that location as like a summer thing, because it's just not scary at all. It's more designed for the little ones. I'm really surprised that it's, you know, tied in with the thrill mazes, to be honest, because some of the stuff going on in there is just laughable, to be honest. Yeah, not a huge fan of that at all. Hey, look who it is! Alton Bear is all dressed up for Scarefest as well. Look at that, got a nice logo on there, Alton Bear. Look at that, little hat on and everything. Oh, you look lovely. Hey. While the sun's starting to go down here at Alton Towers, and of course nighttime in this park is always wonderful, and getting them different rides in, so stay tuned for a Rides in the Dark vlog that will be coming up in the next few days. Before I head down to do Compound though, just thought we'd have a look at the entertainment board here, and we're going to watch a couple of the shows first before I head down there. So yeah, we've got the Freaky Friends that are back this year, but this time instead of 5 of them, there's now 7 Freaky Friends just there. A couple of new characters, which is good to see. Patch's Trick or Treat Party. You've also got Phil's Halloween Dance Party. So yeah, they all feature the Freaky Friends. And you've also got the Alton Ancestors. So we saw them on Tower Street earlier. They make their way onto the stage for the final horns, and this is all of them together. It only happens once a day, and it's not to be missed. So we're going to check out that first. And then also we've got Simbin as well. So we're going to watch the Alton Ancestors, then get a little bit of footage of Patch's Trick or Treat Party, see how much that's changed this year, and see the new characters. And then we'll come back down later on, get a little bit of Phil's Halloween Dance Party, and also Simbin as well. We love the shows though, don't we?
Oh, I love Simbin. Like, I absolutely love that show.
So we're hoping to see some other script changes to the family shows as well.
I really hope so, because that was getting so stale. There's only so many times I could watch that show, so I'm really hoping that it's changed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I know it's aimed for the little ones really, but yeah, hopefully just change up the scripts and some different songs and stuff. But yeah, let's go and see the Alton Ancestors on the stage. So you've just seen the awesome Alton Ancestors here on the main stage. It's now time for Patch's Trick or Treat Party.
And fun-filled frights.
I don't like Halloween.
Not this again!
I love it.
Me too! Well, at least there's something we can all agree on. Halloween makes us all very happy.
Oh, I hate to put a downer on him, Had, but I don't think Gretel looks very happy.
What's the matter, Gretel? Do you not like Halloween?
Come on, Gretel! Everyone loves Halloween!
Now, Phil. Maybe Gretel's not feeling very spooky today.
Oh, here we go. Time to see the two new Scarefest characters.
Hear the witches call from beyond the grave. Familiars of the land, bold and brave. Mouse, toad, fox or rat. Monkey, crow or undead cat. Come to me so we can work together. Be my familiar now and forever.
Get her away from me!
Who are you?
Never mind that. That kitty's trying to claw my big eye out.
Aw, aren't you adorable? Wait, aren't you my familiar? Yes, my spell worked.
What's going on?
I summoned her.
That explains how she appeared from nowhere.
Hold on a newt's tail. I know you from somewhere.
I hope you do, little sorceress.
You're Zorbob, the rock and roll graveyard superstar.
Well, Zorbob couldn't believe his eyes. But you're familiar and a swinging jive.
Well, we started off with the Alton Ancestors there on the stage, and I tell you what, that was amazing with the lighting package, wasn't it?
They looked excellent on there. I always love coming to the 6 o'clock showing of the Alton Ancestors because it looks great.
Brilliant. And then, of course, we saw the new stage show, and finally they've updated the scripts in there.
Oh my God,
Hey.
finally we have got a new show. We have wanted a new show for so long, and I actually really enjoyed that.
Love the two new characters as well, especially Zombob and Vampire. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but
I love Vampire.
I love Vampire, which is the cat. I thought the cat was going to have dialogue, do a bit of speaking, but you know what? Really happy to see
nice
a
show.
new script, a couple of new songs in there. Some of the songs have come back, but it's reworked into a new script. And you know what? I just really enjoyed it. It was good fun, family friendly. The show was just great all the way through. Nice lighting effects, and what I love with that as well is how, you know, it just utilised the whole stage. Like, it was full of actors and characters, wasn't it?
Like, oh
yeah.
my God, it's so packed.
I think now you've got the 7 in the Freaky, well, I say Freaky 5, the Freaky Friends. You've got the 7 of them now, and then all the dancers and everything
It
as
really
well.
made it.
It was great, yeah, really enjoyed it. We're going to come back down because we've got another couple of shows to see, including our favourite show down here later.
Simbin, I love Simbin, and what we could see from the front, there was a few flame effects, so we'll see what that's
Yeah,
like.
so we'll come back for Simbin, and yeah, I'm going to look forward to seeing that later. Here we go then, the time has finally come to experience Compound, the new scare maze for 2024, located on the pathway between Gloomy Wood and Forbidden Valley. Heard a lot of good things from people that have been in here today, and I wanted to save it until my last scare attraction to do, just to kind of build it up throughout the day. And here we go, time to enter into this restricted area with the phalanx and discover what Compound is going to be like. It looks very atmospheric out the front. We've got the music pumping down there, all the lighting. It looks great actually, all the exterior theming. Charlotte, I'll see you on the other side of this one.
I'll see you there, good luck.
Oh, Compound. Let's go and see what this is like. New for 2024. Really intrigued. I hope it's well themed. We've been following the construction of this for quite a few months. So I'm really intrigued to see what's on the inside. Not really got a facade or anything out the front, but it does say Compound on the side. Here we go. I'll see you on the other side. Oh, so just come out of doing Compound and actually had 2 run-throughs there as well to give it a full experience, a full review. And you know what? I am certainly not disappointed. We've been wanting another big thrill maze here for quite some time. Something that's got a lot of theming, some great scares, and that certainly delivers. Of course, there's going to be some spoilers about it as I talk about it over the next couple of minutes. So bear that in mind if you are going to be doing it and want to stay spoiler-free. Basically, as soon as you're outside, I was grabbed and then took straight into this room, which has got these screens in the middle, but then you've also got like these little capsules, these little pods around the side, and you split up from your party and put into those. I wasn't on my own in there, I was with someone else, but yeah, you split everybody up basically into those. You watch a short video, and then literally you're into the rest of the experience, where there's so many different pathways to walk around. As you're going around this phalanx facility, the theming in there is fantastic. You got all these different cages, you've got doors that slide back and forwards. I went through this room where there was eggs everywhere. It was a bit like the ground level of Nemesis Subterra, but walking through, and all the eggs with smoke rising, which was great. There was like the phalanx kitchen in there, which was awesome. And everybody's got different stories to tell from it, and that's why I wanted to do it a couple of times, because literally it's not one set route. You got so many different ways that you can go through. There's big pipes, there's loads of effects in there. You can't tell that you're in attendant shipping containers at all. They've done a really good job with the theming. In terms of the scares in there, yeah, there was some grabbing and touching, not like too full on, not like survival games level down at Thorpe Park, but just enough. I thought this was like the right level of touching in a maze. Yeah, kind of grabbing you and leading you on to different ways instead of like proper manual handling you around. So I thought that was just a perfect level when it came to the touching in there. The thing what got me the most was I came through this black corridor, and then literally this guy comes running at me with like a taser, and there was like 3 actors in there with like these tasers, and that was terrifying. I've never seen anything quite like that before in any scare maze. And they were running at us, and you had all the cages and the strobe lights. There was all the smells in there. It was really good. I spent a lot of it going through on my own as well, which did add to it. My second time going through there was different to the first. There's some different scenes. I believe there's a crawling section in one of them. I've not seen that yet. I believe there's a water effect in there. Again, I didn't see that. You're going through all these different routes and different rooms, and the good thing is with that, it makes it, you know, completely, I don't want to say re-rideable because it's not a ride, but you can keep going through the experience and seeing different things each time, and certainly makes you want to go in there again and again. So they've been quite clever with that one, because as soon as you come out you think, oh, I'd love to go and see the different routes and see where you can go. But there's pipes everywhere, there's big set pieces, there's theming. It literally feels like you're going around this facility. I can't believe how good of a job they've done in there with the scenery. That was the thing for me. I was a bit worried after some of the maze over the past few years and stuff like Daz Games. Have Alton Towers still got it in them to build an absolutely epic scare maze? They certainly have. Yeah, Compound was really good and hasn't disappointed. I look forward to doing it again a few times over Scarefest, and just having something new and refreshing at the event is really good to see. Back with a vengeance! Nemesis Night Rise! Hooray! Lovely. Only a 5-minute wait tonight as well. Obviously in this vlog, having a huge focus on getting the mazes and the entertainment in. Going to be doing a Rides in the Dark vlog, similar to what we did down at Thorpe Park last week. Going to be doing that over the next few days. So stay tuned. We're going to go around the whole park, check out all the lighting and everything like that, and just capture the atmosphere and get them night rides in. But there is something that I wanted to show you tonight, and it's just round the corner by Project Ocean. We can see the green coming through the trees, the searchlight spinning round, and something new, of course, is coming in 2025 down here to Forbidden Valley. The marketing's really started to be upped over the past couple of days now, and this is it. Look at this. Wow, I do like how Alton Towers put a good effort in to promote next year's new edition. We saw this with Nemesis Reborn last year, and then of course we've got this for the new ride next year. You know, like how good does this look?
This looks really good. Like, at least they've made the effort with the green lighting and stuff. It gets people excited for next year.
Yeah, is it going to be the colour scheme of it? It's going to be green. I mean, I'm not too sure how that's going to fit in with all the black and red around here, but I guess we're going to see. Maybe that's just going to be some of the theming, or it's just to, you know, spin us off. We'll find out. There we go. Submit to the spin in 2025. New ride coming 2025. Looks quite modern, doesn't it? Actually, it reminds me more of like an X-Sector theme than Forbidden Valley. So yeah, I guess we'll see what it's going to be like. But yeah, you've got like all the nice lighting just up here, searchlights up on the top. They put a lot of effort in with this, which is really good to see. All them searchlights are shining in the trees all the way around too. It looks fantastic. I'm really excited for more details on this new attraction for next year. And we're back down here now on the lawns in the Scarefest hub. Phil's Halloween dance party has just started, so we're going to get a little bit of footage of that. And then of course we've got Simbin as well, which I'm really excited for, the big singing show. And yeah, some flame effects this year, I believe. Of course you've got all the food units down here. Oozy Boozy's back. 2-story bar just there where you can go on the balcony. Patch's churro carts. Franklin's Freaky Fries. And loads of other food options available down here on the lawns. As you may notice, they have got rid of the cover from Oktoberfest, so hopefully we don't have loads of wet weather. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of footage of this and then it's straight into Simbin. And of course we've still got the Scare Zone coming up, which is the only free attraction to go through out of everything, of course, scare attraction wise. Yeah, Burial Grounds down by Wickerman, the free Scare Zone.
Come feel it's cold, it's the witching hour, a time for magic. Anything can happen if you try to imagine.
Come on everyone, let's join in.
I love it. I know you can give it. Give it your all. Just let yourself go tonight. It's magical. And whatever you do, he's the fun he can't repeat. He's got everything. It's Halloween. Let's rock, it's Halloween. Halloween. Okay, when the monsters start to play, come sing along and let me hear you scream. Feeling like a zombie, get down and trick or treat. Let's rock this Halloween. These scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul. Just startling shrill screams. The sleep thunders are congregation just won't leave you be.
So you just see a little bit of footage there from Phil's Halloween dance party. Again, great to see the new characters in that show as well. Right then, it's time for the show that I've really been looking forward to seeing. This is Simbin.
We've got a little show for you called Simbin Fire and Ice. We have you all ready, Alton Towers. Wow!
How can life be what you want it to be?
Towers. Devilish delights. Map those hands. Dreams of war, dreams of lies, dreams of dragonflies.
All looking very green there after watching Sinbin over on the main stage. Love that show. It's developed so much the past few years, hasn't it?
That was excellent, that was. The fire in that show was brilliant. Like, there was so much fire going off. I just really liked that show. And the song choice this year was excellent.
What I like with that, it's got a bit of a storyline now this year as well, like ice and fire. So it started off like with ice at the start, like where they're wearing the coats and everything. He actually had some snow machines on the stage. That was pretty cool. And then, of course, later in the show, it changed to fire. There's a lot of new lighting, a lot of tech on there, which I thought was fantastic. And just overall, I thought it was a brilliant show. Like, we love Sinbin. Nice to have it back. We love a good singing show, don't we?
I just think that's absolutely brilliant. Like, it's so rewatchable as well. Like, for a night at Scarefest, just coming to watch that, it was great.
Watching that, doing a few night rides, fantastic. But I really enjoyed that. To be honest, all the character shows and stuff that we've seen today are really good. Things have been freshened up nice, which is what we wanted. Here we go then, time for my final attraction of the day. It is Burial Grounds, the Scare Zone. This is actually open half an hour later than the other things, 9:30 close for Burial Grounds. Here we go, look at the sign. Oh, you're right there. There you go, loving the sign, got the flames back out. And this is a completely free scare zone to go and walk through, and you can actually film inside it as well. Hey, so we can actually film inside. That's going to take you along. Here we go. Of course, there will be some scary moments from this point. Hopefully lots of fire. Oh. Like the music for this as well. I think it really fits. Of course, we're located right next door to Wicker Man. Not seen an actor yet. Atmospheric lighting.
We are the unchosen.
There we go. Ooh. Looks very atmospheric. Oh, oh, the pigs are back. You kind of go off the beaten path over here. You get a nice view of the sky ride that's hopefully back next year. Oh! Whoa! That's a good scare from behind in my ear. Oh.
That's your soul into Wicker.
Oh, this looks good. Oh! This is where everyone's hiding, further back.
Fresh offering for the Wicker Man!
Oh.
Rejects yourself!
You're gonna nobody
Here we go. Oh. It's so dark in here. Oh. look at this. Keeps them nice and warm down here. Real flames. Oh! Look at the pig. Oh, that looks amazing down there in the trees. Look at that. Awesome. I was thinking I'm scared for him.
I've been waiting for you. I'm telling you. Your name's Sean.
Oh no, he knows my name.
No point leaving now.
Oh no.
You're gonna die anyway.
Oh, I'm off. See you later. Love that run through burial grounds there. Good to see loads of actors in there as well. I felt like there was even more than last year. Fantastic going through and getting all the scares and lots of great theming, the audio, and of course the fire effects in there. Lots of fire at the event this year down at Simbin and then also there in burial grounds as well, which is fantastic. Now of course we are coming towards the end of this vlog, but do not worry, I'm going to be back in the next few days capturing the park-wide atmosphere for Scarefest, going around all the different areas, seeing the rides in the dark. Of course it has been focused on doing the mazes and getting the shows in because there's been a lot to see, so not really had a chance ourselves to go around and see the rest of the park yet. But here's a little look at Katanga Canyon, gives you a bit of an idea on the lighting, which is looking awesome. I can't wait to see the rest of the park in the next few days and take you along for that. And here we are then, back down on Towers Street. So looking very spooky and atmospheric with all the smoke, and yeah, it looks fantastic. All the decor. I'd love to still see more decor around the rest of the park. I think that's the good thing with Compound though, at least it's over on the other side now. Spreads out some of the Scarefest attractions, but I'd just like to see more Halloween theming around the park. We've been saying this for years though, I mean it is a big park, but it'd be nice just to see a lot more in other areas. We've got some very spooky audio tonight. We've got a bit of an audio change, haven't we? It's quite atmospheric, isn't it? So making our way out of the park tonight. Oh, there's a bit of a circus theme with the music just here. Quite like to see a circus themed maze come back at some point in the future. Used to love Carnival of Screams. Maybe that's a hint towards next year's new scare maze in the other building. We'll see. Well, there we go. That does bring us to the end of our vlog from the opening day of Alton Towers Scarefest 2024. We've managed to fit everything in. It's been a bit of a struggle to get everything in because there's so much going on at this event. We've had a really good day though today.
We have, but if you are coming to the event, just make sure that you plan well because there is so much to fit in.
That's the thing, so many different attractions, from the scare mazes through to the family attractions, the scare zones, the entertainments, and then of course getting your night rides in as well that we're going to be covering in another video in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. Overall though, I think Scarefest, we've seen an improvement this year, which is good to see. Certainly going in the right steps, would you say?
It was much needed. Like, it had gone so stale, so the fact that we've got some new bits coming in is excellent. So hopefully over the coming years they can just keep bringing new stuff in every year then.
I hope so. We asked for new things and Alton Towers have delivered with that, especially with Compound. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to some more run throughs, and the fact that, you know, it's so unpredictable, you don't know where you're going to be sent, really does add to it. It's well themed, it's intense, there's some good scares in there, and I did really enjoy it. It's certainly delivered. Along with that, it was good to see Amigos in the Afterlife. I don't think it's perfect, it needs some tweaking, and some of it did feel a bit cheap, but still it is more for the kids, that one. But still, you know, it's good to get back in some of the classic scare mazes, I call them, that have been here for donkey's years now. I did enjoy them, had some good run throughs, but like I say, it's time for them to go. Daz Games, you know my thoughts on it. It is what it is. I think it's terrible. But you know what, I think moving forward, I'd actually like to see a reduction in the amount of mazes. I think there's that much here. I'd like to actually see them focus on maybe bringing in just 2 like brand new mazes along with Compound next year, obviously bringing that back, but just replace them and putting just in two new mazes, you know.
I completely agree, because if you come into Alton Towers for one day and you're doing Scarefest as well with the mazes, like there's so much to fit in, because you want to focus on night rides as well. There's so many mazes, so I would like to see like 1 or 2 get removed.
I think so. I think it wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing to have a little bit less in the scare maze front. You know, you got 6 to go through, including the family mazes. Maybe just have, you know, 3 scare mazes, one family maze and really make them amazing and excellent. But you know, that's just my feedback for now. I've enjoyed what we've seen tonight. It's been really good. The atmosphere around the park looks great. Can't wait to capture the rides in the dark. Loving the publicity for the new ride for next year. That built up the atmosphere. And then of course Hex has reopened today as well. We've not covered it at all in this video because that's tomorrow's video coming up. We've done a full kind of thing talking about it because I've got a lot that I want to say about Hex, and also a new content creator program that Alton Towers are launching next year. We're going to talk a bit of details about that. We've got quite a lot to say about that, so make sure you come and tune into the next video here on Theme Park Worldwide. But overall, some positive steps for Scarefest. Definitely moving in the right direction. Entertainment and compound are my highlights. The entertainment was awesome.
Oh, the entertainment was so good. I loved Simpin. It was excellent. And I also like the new character show as well.
Yeah, that was great. New scripts as well, which was fantastic. Really enjoyed Burial Grounds just as well. All in all, a great action-packed day at Alton Towers Scarefest. Well, that leaves us with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. Goodbye.